humanitarian crisis in Gaza is growing, with water, power, and medicine running out. And Israel is preparing for a likely ground invasion as Hamas militants continue to hold dozens of people hostage. NBC News' Martin Fletcher is joining us now from New York. Martin served as NBC's longtime Tel Aviv bureau chief and correspondent, often reporting from the Israeli border with Gaza. Martin, obviously you have extensive knowledge on this region. We want to get to the latest in terms of all the images we're seeing of troops gathering at the border there. What's your understanding right now of Israel's plan to get the hostages out and to respond to Hamas for their attack?
Well, Lena, the response to the attack clearly is to punish Gaza. The Prime Minister here has promised that they're going to destroy Hamas, kill the leadership. So that's what they want to do. They're not going to be able to do that really without a ground invasion. So we're all waiting to see when Israel goes in, if they will. Because, you know, there's been 5 or 6 mini wars between Hamas and Israel over the last 15 years. And each time there's been a threat of a ground invasion. This time it seems really real. Now, the question of what will happen to the hostages if Israel does go in on the ground, well, you know, there's not much good can come out of it. The idea that Israel will be able to rescue hostages through military action is very slight indeed. It's going to be extremely dangerous, bitter fighting, and the hostages are kept in, no doubt, hidden in tunnels with Hamas fighters. So it's going to be bitter and bloody. Really, the only way to get them out eventually is going to be through negotiations, Lena.
It's horrifying to think of that. The situation in Gaza is dire. We were just showing images from that area. Hundreds of thousands are still being told by Israel to flee south. Can you describe conditions in Gaza and what the latest is with that mass evacuation order?
Well, you know, they say that there's 600,000 Palestinians have left their homes in the north and gone south. Where are they sleeping? You know, what are the conditions like? So many will be on the beach, many will be on those fields on the southeast in Gaza, crowded with this, running out of food, running out of water. There's supposed to be 35,000 refugees in Shifa Hospital, which is the main hospital in Gaza City. So the conditions are atrocious for the people. But at the same time, Israel says they want to clear the battlefield in the north so that they basically want, in order to save Palestinian lives, get the civilians out of the way, and so fewer will be killed. But if 600,000 have gone south, that leaves about 500,000 still there in the way. So there's no real clean solution to this. There's going to be awful fighting and great loss of life in Gaza, inevitably. And the poor, you know, the Palestinians, they got nowhere to go, literally nowhere to go.
Our hearts and our prayers are with the people of that region. It is really terrible, terrible to think about. Martin Fletcher reporting for us and reporting for NBC News. Thank you so much. Lester Holt will remain inside Israel, bringing you another special edition of NBC Nightly News tonight. He will travel near the Gaza border to a city that's nearly entirely evacuated, while some people, though, have decided to stay. That's coming up tonight on our 6 o'clock news.